Hi everyone, Luna Gamer Alex here, and this is YosUki and Games. And I'm alone in my game room. I live stream every single one of my gaming sessions since 2010, and I have been saving them to my YouTube channel. I do this to allow me to take a glimpse back at all of my gaming adventures, sort of a detailed observations of my life as a gamer. The session is starting now, and I thank you for watching. Alright, so we're playing Final Girl again. We're still fighting Billy the Bear, but I've changed my Final Girl to Asami. She only has 5 HP though, so it's gonna be interesting. I didn't even look at her ultimate. I just I just pick her based on her picture. Seems kind of cool, and name is pretty kick-ass. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll go with her. I totally forgot to randomize the final black health token there, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. Everything else already been set up. I do need to check out the event. I mean to set up the event, and that's pretty much it. We already set up the batteries around the map for Billy, and the batteries you can place them anywhere around the map as long as they're not adjacent to each other. And the last time I tried to be fancy, I was like placing them like really far away from each other, but now knowing how Billy works, I place them as close to each other as possible. I'm not sure if it's that's gonna help or not, but we'll see. Alright, so the setup here is shift change. Oh, I haven't even placed the victims yet. Oh wow, I'm slacking here. I can go ahead and do that real quick here. No biggie. Looks like Billy is gonna start in this room. One person is going to be on top of this rack. So they're in the middle of a shift change, and now they're trapped in this building. A couple of people on top of the racks actually, which is not good. One in here. Two over here. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and Asami starts over here. Okay, 11 victims, is that correct? It says 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 victims. Okay, and so I put the my iPad actually in front of me, so help me manage this a little better. So I know that it's there, you know, so it will remind me to update it. Okay, let's check the setup, and I'm in the event. And since I haven't won using Asami yet, I don't have her special card, so the event that we got is help on the racks. Place panic all victims in adjacent. I hate this one. But only move them if they panic into a rack space. Until 2 victims have moved, or until there are no more victims in spaces adjacent. Okay. So spaces adjacent. So, and then once 2 of them actually climb up. Now, if the next event that we draw is going to be that somebody pushed them off the shelves, then yeah, that's what killed us the last time, because there's so many people died from that. I think 4 people died from that, falling off the shelves. It's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna go clockwise. So people who are adjacent to the racks, right? And then until 2 of them actually climb up. So we're gonna start with this guy over here. 5, so he climbed up the rack here. That's fine. And then these 2, a 4 and a 1. Yeah, so 2 people. Okay, that's it. That was easy enough. Okay. Place all victims here. Repeat this process until at least 2 victims. Hold on, but move them if they panic. Repeat this process until at least. What do they mean, at least? Or until there are no more victims in spaces adjacent to. I don't like that. They should have said repeat this process until you have until 2 victims have moved into a rack space. And then or, why is it or until they, well, or they're saying that if you don't have that, then until there are no more victims in spaces adjacent to only move them if they panic into a rack space. That's the part that I don't get about this. Panic all victims into spaces adjacent to panic all victims in spaces adjacent to rack spaces, okay, but only move them if they panic into a rack space. So you don't even move them unless they climb up. Repeat this process until at least 2 victims have moved into a rack space or until there are no more victims. I'll just say it's all done. Because it said at least. And it didn't say at least 2 victims have moved into the rack spaces and there are no more victims in spaces adjacent to the rack spaces. So they should have said something like that. I know the space there is kind of, it's a very small card, and they have to, you know, try to explain everything like as simply as possible, but I think they made they made that more confusing than it should be. I think they should have said until two victims have moved into the rack spaces. I think that they should have said that. But you know, because they say that, or we're just gonna say that. We're just gonna say that this is the way it's supposed to go. Only move them, they panic. It's just crazy. Sometimes when you play these board games, it's just crazy. You're like, okay, am I doing this right? I mean, it sounds like it's right, but yeah, I'm gonna move on. Okay, because I just don't like this as at least. So at least 2, but there could be more. That's the implication that I get when they say at least. It really bothers me. Maybe what they meant by that at least is like Well, but it says or until there are no more victims. So they didn't say just keep going until you have to. Okay, I'm overthinking it at this point. I'm just gonna let it go. All right, so it's all done then. Everything's set up. So Asami goes first. The terror level is at 4. We're gonna start with focus like always. Let's go ahead and do that and see if we can lower the terror level. Of course, it's a maybe, and a fail. So we can use short rest. And let's not forget that I have to also spawn one of Billy's buddies actually. Oh, that's gonna kill somebody, right? Well, unless if I choose to move him like somewhere where there are no victims, but which you can actually do, because they give you that choice. Um, yeah, it says place buddy's token in a space adjacent to Billy, choosing a space that does not already have a buddy if possible. They didn't say that it needs to be one that has a victim, preferably. So, and since last time, once it gets moving with Billy here, it's he's hard to beat because we're trying to do the battery thing, deactivate the batteries, and then we don't know what these are gonna activate. It's just a little crazy. So, but let's go ahead and set up the buddy. It's gonna be Roxy. And we'll just place Roxy over here on top of this rack over here. That's adjacent to him. And yeah, because if we place them where there's a victim in that space, when it's the enemy's turn, that person's gonna die. So it might be too early to have these things start killing people, Okay, she only has 1 HP. Okay. Alright, so do I want to sacrifice cards? Where am I at? Okay, I'm actually adjacent to that battery over there, so first order of business is going over there and flip that, deactivate that battery. What is this? This is special rule for the pit for this map. When panicking, okay, that's it. Because they wanted you to place that forklift, but it will need to be used. Okay, forklift key card. If you get a forklift key, then you can use that forklift. Okay. All right. I guess I'll use weak attack and short rest just to turn that into a success. So that means that this is reduced by 1, but we lose 1 time slot. It's hot in this room actually. Let me just I think this fan is dead, so I have to charge it. This is just great. I changed the way that these set up for these wires, and I guess I can place the fan up here for this session. There we go. It's not gonna blow anything off the table. Okay, that's good. All right. We should try and use focus again. Okay, 1 maybe, 1 fails, so that's gonna be if I we're just gonna fail the action, so we lose 2 time slots. Okay, and then I'm gonna use walk. Yeah, I'm using too many cards. Double fail, that means I can still, if I take the HP hit, I can still move. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the HP hit. Move 1 space, so I'm gonna move here. And then I still lose 2 time slots. That's just nuts. Okay. That's fine. And then I can't really buy anything except for close call with 1 HP there. Yeah, I'm not even gonna flip that yet. We'll flip it next turn. Okay. Alright, so now it is Billy's turn. When he activates, minion's gonna activate first, but no one's in the minion space, and then he's going to activate, no one is in his space. And he also heals, but his HP is full. So now we're gonna draw a tarot card. They're alive. If there are nobodies on the board, discard. Okay. Otherwise, buddies only. The buddy is going to look for a victim, doesn't matter who. Move 1 time and then attack. If at least 1 victim was killed, Billy gets 2 bloodless. Okay. Oh, this is bad because victims are everywhere. So, Roxy is gonna go over here. That's the closest, and then Roxy is gonna kill 1 person. And this is gonna go up by 2. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. It's gonna go up 1. I'm gonna check to see what it says here. Spawn a buddy, of course, and now there's gonna be another buddy on the map, and it's going to be Rami. Rami with 2 HP. So I'll put Rami over here. This is not going good. Okay, then it's gonna go up 1 more. And no effect that time, so. But this is already climbing up, that's not good. Okay, that's done. This guy's gonna panic because, oh no, he's not gonna panic because it's just a minion. Only if the killer is in the space that you panic, which is kind of weird because if the minion is killing people, I mean, why wouldn't people panic? I guess because they don't feel that threatened. Because they're very specific about that. There was a section that talks about, let me just get that real quick here if I can find that. There's a section that talks specifically about them referring to like killer or minions, or like it has to be specific. Yeah, enemies, killers, minions. In most games you will be dealing with 1 killer, or some killers have minions. Enemies. Rule and cards that specifically state enemies apply to both killer and minions. Killer. Rules and cards that specifically state the killer do not apply for minions. See, it says do not apply for minions. And for panic, it says that, yeah, the victim is in the same space as the killer, it says. So, it says rules and cards that specifically state minions do not apply to killer, and specifically state killer do not apply to minions. So minions don't make them panic. But like I said, it's just thematically it's a little confusing because it doesn't matter who kills you. If something is able to kill somebody, you know, wouldn't you be freaked out? Even though you can classify them as like a minion kind of enemy, you know, doesn't have the big boss, the big dick energy of a serious killer. All right. Big dick energy. I'm so tired, so forgive me. Okay. So that's done. Oh, and then we need to get the token for Rainy. We've used Rainy before, so it should be in here. Yeah. And we're gonna place Rainy where Roxy was, because if not, he's gonna kill somebody immediately the next turn. So we'll put Rainy over here, right behind Roxy. Okay. All right. So and then we're gonna that guy doesn't panic. Nothing to resolve. Okay. So back to Asami. We can only do two things here: walk, close call. Oh, and we can also deactivate the battery. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for one time slot. You lose one time slot if you deactivate a battery. So, and then after that, I think I should walk and head towards this other battery or the other batteries. Doesn't matter which one. If I plan this, I might be able to head this way and then kill Roxy. So maybe that's where we should be heading. So I'm gonna use walk. Two maybes. I'm gonna use close call to reroll one. And it's still two maybes, so I'm gonna take the I can't because she only has 5 HP. I guess I can. And then we'll just heal. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the damage. We're gonna move one space over here to the middle, and then we're gonna take one damage, and we lose 2 time slots. And then that's it for Asami. Now we get all of the freebies back. They're not in cooldown. We do have short rest here, and we still have 3 points. I think I'm gonna grab sprint. Let's get a mobility, sprint, and then also close call. 1, 2, close call for 1. So that's done. Okay. Alright, so now Buddy, the minion's gonna activate. There is another person, I guess the devious part about them not panicking when a minion is in the room, I guess because it's a minion, they were able to stealthily kill. I guess that's probably the better way to explain this situation. If a minion kills somebody and it's multiple people in the room, they didn't even notice that that person is getting killed because the minion is so stealthy, or it's unexpected kill. They didn't notice it because if it's a killer, then they will probably notice it. So this guy didn't notice that his friend is dead. So Roxy is going to activate, and he's going to kill this person. And then our terror level goes up by 2. It's pretty nasty. And then the other one's gonna activate when there's nobody up there on the racks. And then Billy's gonna activate, but there's nobody in that room. And we're gonna, even after I place this here, I forgot to update. Here we go. Regroup. It says place all buddies in Billy's space. If there are no buddies in Billy's space, okay. Ooh, he would gain a blood less. The third part is the worst part about this. So they're all gonna go back to Billy, and then not go back. Actually, they're all just gonna go to Billy's space. And then we get 2 horror levels. So horror level is max right now. It's insane. This early this is bad. Okay. No one's panicking. Nothing to resolve here. During the upkeep, and then now we're gonna do. We have to use focus because look at where we're at there with the horror level. We have to reduce that. It's a maybe. Okay, we'll have to sacrifice focus and weak attack. Oh no, we have close call. I'll use close call. Why is that focus? Oh, because I just used focus. Oh, it's a success. So, reduced by 1, but we lose 1 time slot. Okay, that's not bad. We'll do another focus because we just have to keep that going. 1 success, I'll take that. So it's going to get reduced 1 more, and then we lose 1 time slot. Now I'm going to. We have to use short rest so we can heal. Asami is very frail. And we got double failure. That means that I heal 1 HP. Horror level goes up by 1. Lose 1 time slot, and the action turn is over. Wow. Okay. I mean action phase. So. We have 3 time currency to spend. I also get walk back. So we should take I think I'm gonna take distraction so we can reduce the horror level. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, so they're all gonna activate, but there's nobody there with them. Thankfully. Can you imagine getting killed by those 3? Okay, and then we're gonna resolve the horror card, a tarot card. Tra la la. The buddies are gonna look for either the final girl and a victim, move 1 time and then attack once. Now they actually move 2 spaces and they attack for oh no, that's only for Billy. Roxy moves oh, Roxy was able to move 3 all this time. Okay, well, you know, she was able to get to her victim. So Roxy can move actually 3 spaces. So Roxy is gonna go first. Roxy is gonna go up here and kill this guy. Wow, look at that. And then this is gonna go up. Sponsor buddy in your space. In my space? Is that what I mean by that? In my space? That is insane. Okay, yeah, this is not gonna last very long. This playthrough. Okay, Cam. We never used Cam before, so let's see. Okay, I already prepared it. So Cam is gonna spawn where I'm at, which could be a good thing because we can attack it. We have weak attacks, so we can attack it and kill it. Hopefully, it has 2 HP though, so we don't have a weapon. But at least we can maybe hit him and then run. Okay. So that's just from Roxy, and now Rami is also going to move. So he moves for 2 also, and then attack for 1 damage. So he's gonna move over here, and he's gonna kill this person. Yeah. And dark power is going to be revealed. Okay, we got 4 people dead. And his dark power is introducing Billy Jr. Okay, Spawn, Billy Jr. and Billy Space. This is just rotten. Billy Jr. No, that's Boris. So I guess I don't have to shuffle that. Okay. This is Billy Jr. So we have and Billy Jr. has 2 HP. Always in the same space as Billy, it says. So, oh, okay. So Billy Jr. is always gonna be with Billy. So whenever, and he attacks for 1 damage. So that's just like a +1 damage for Billy. Okay. So that's all done. And I think to resolve here during the upkeep. We're back to Asami. No, actually, it's not Asami yet. Because Billy also get to move, and Billy wants to go towards the final girl, looks like. It's the instruction for Billy. So, and we didn't have what was gut spawn? It was just Billy Jr. that got spawned. Okay, I was gonna say that if it's a buddy, we're not gonna move the buddy also, because that just got spawned. But Billy also gets to move towards the final girl here and then attack once. Billy at this point can move 2 spaces and attack for 2 HP. And now Billy is supposed to be here. Why did I move that instead of, yeah. Raimi was the one who moved up here. Oh, no. I need to look at this token closely. There you go. So, oh, and then I need the token for Billy Jr. It was always going to be with Billy. So this is actually not just 2 damage, this is 3 damage. Because Billy Jr. is there. No, because Billy Jr. only activates like at the beginning of the round, so yeah, it doesn't enhance. Yeah, it's only like because it triggers at the beginning of the enemy phase. The minions get to act first, so. But he's gonna tag along. So 2 spaces. So 1, 2. He is able to get to the pit. Lord, that area is so crowded now. Okay, he's able to get to the pit and he's gonna attack once for 2 damage. I don't have anything to shield myself with, so she's going to be damaged for 2. Yeah, it's almost over. This is just wild. Okay. And no one's panicking. No, hold on. There's a victim there. So if there's a victim there, the victim always gets attacked, right? Well, it says unless it's specifically looking for the final girl, I believe. Let me see. Let's make sure. The kill will always attack victims in their space before the final girl, unless the final girl was specifically indicated as the target. Yes, so she was specifically indicated as the target. So she did lose 2 HP. Okay. But nobody died, so that person is not gonna panic, because they only panic if there's a person who's dead. Let's see here. Panic phase. At least 1 victim was killed this turn. Oh, but somebody was killed earlier. It doesn't matter where they got killed, so this person is going to panic because. Yeah, there's definitely a death happening in the building. And then we're going to roll 2 dice for him because he's in the pit. And that's 7, so 7 means he goes up here. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to die next turn if I don't. Yeah, I need to need to be careful here. Yeah, we got Cam, Raimi, Roxy, Billy Jr., and Billy. And this is only, what, round 4. Okay. Oh, we haven't even resolved the no, we did. It was this. This is not round 4. It's round 3. Did I not resolve the regroup? Everybody went over there, and then we just did tra la la. And she got, yeah, this is just round 3. I thought it was round 4. Unless I skip a terror, well, it doesn't matter at this point. Okay, yeah, this is why I have the tab here, but I need to remember to always look there and then update. Yeah, because we just moved the buddies and the buddies started killing people. Yeah, this is probably round 3. I probably just moved that by accident. Okay. Okay, so we had the person panic, nothing to upkeep, and then now we go into turn number 4. Okay. And because turn number 1 over there, number 2. Yeah, and then I moved down over there. Yeah, this is, that was, it's probably turn number 3. Okay. It's unfortunate that the only time I can really play this is like at night. And yeah, it's not the best time when you're a little tired to try and keep up with all these rules and making sure everything goes everything is like proceeding appropriately, you know. But yeah, we're just gonna keep going. Okay, Asami's turn. She is, where are we at? Okay, she's right there with 2 buddies. There's Billy Jr., a buddy, and Billy. And which buddy is with over here with her? It's Cam. And Cam attacks for 1. Okay, if we don't move away from that space, they are going to kill us. But if we kill Cam, victims do not panic if Cam is the only enemy in their space. Now, that's interesting. So why would they say that? So does that mean that they're supposed to panic if a buddy is in the space? I mean, if a minion is in the space, because that's a minion. So yeah, it seems like they, unless it's specified in the Billy pamphlet, I don't think it did. Let's see here. Yeah, they didn't say anything about panicking in the Billy pamphlet here. And it says buddies are minions and follow normal minion rules. That's what they say right here in the pamphlet. The rule for panicking after the killer phase, you must check to see if any victims will panic. A victim will panic if at least 1 victim was killed, doesn't matter where or how, and the victim is in the space as the killer, it says. Yeah, it says the killer. It doesn't say minion because they're very specific about that. And we already confirmed this earlier. I think there's a rule issue here with minions in this game. In most games, you will be dealing with 1 killer. However, some killers may have accompanied by minions. On other occasions, there may be minions but no killers. As such, it's important it is important to understand the following game terms for resolving rules and effects. Enemy/enemies. Rules and cards that specifically state enemies apply to both killer and minions. Rules and cards that specifically state the killer do not apply to minions. Do not apply for minions. Minions/minions. Minions/minions. Rules and cards that specifically state minions do not apply for the killer. It says, in the panic phase, the victim is in the space as the killer. So why is it for Cam, victims do not panic if Cam is the only enemy in their space? Something is wrong. Something is wrong here. Alright, so somebody claim that on page 33, the panic phase. As long as one victim was killed in a turn, victims are in a space where the minion will panic. Just okay. Okay, that's bad. Because then why wouldn't you just put that in the panic phase? Why is this like the final thing that you read in this manual that I did not remember at all? So we already made a mistake with one of the victims earlier who shouldn't have been killed because that victim would have ran away. But that's okay, we're just gonna keep going. Yeah, that doesn't make any freaking sense. I mean, they should have just put it would have been so easy to just put it under the panic phase. The victim is in a space, same space as the killer/minion. Why? I mean, really? I mean, you guys couldn't edit that? Hey, okay, whatever. You know, the game got a free victim. Hope the game is happy with that. We're gonna keep going though. We're gonna die anyway, but so annoying. Okay. Because like I said, it would have been so easy for them to just put it there. It's like they acknowledge that whole thing about killer/minion thing, that there's a distinction, that the rules that applied specifically for one doesn't apply to the other. But they place it like at the very end. I did not remember reading that at all. I'm sure I did read it, but I did not remember reading that at all. I'm glad that Cam got summoned because of that little description over there about people not panicking if it's just Cam because he looks so cute. Even though he doesn't look cute, it looks... I would run away. I don't trust anything that looks like that. Anyway, we'll keep going. All right, let's. It is her turn, so we're gonna do a distraction first. Get one success, one maybe. We're gonna take the success and just lose and get reduce that by 1. But you also get additional 1 time slot. Okay. We can do a weak attack against Roxy. Roxy is here with us, right? Yeah, Roxy is down here. No, Roxy is up there. Billy Jr. has 2 HP. Well, we'll have to reduce the HP of either Cam or Billy Jr. It doesn't matter. Let's do that, and then we're gonna run away. So we're gonna do a weak attack. 1 success, 1 maybe. So we attack, but then we also lose 1 HP. I'm gonna take the HP for Billy Jr. Alright. And then, yeah, that's it. And then I'm gonna sprint out of there. 1 success, 1 failure, so I can move up to 2 spaces. So I'm going to move. Shit. And we can't, to flip the battery, we can't be passing through. We have to stay on that location, I believe. Oh, even if you're just moving through the space. Okay. That's very nice. Okay. That's why I checked. Okay, so we're gonna go 1. Gonna flip this battery. And then 2. Okay. And then we'll lose 1 time slot. While we're here, I think I should just go to the supply cage. No, we'll stop here. So I have 5 to spend. I'm going to grab search. No, hold on. I need something better than that. I need weapons though. But I guess I can go to supply crate and also see if I can find something better than the megaphone. So I'll take search for 2. 1, 2. Guard for 2. Find 2 and then close call. Get all these freebies back. Focus and short rest. Oh, that's good. I got short rest again. All right. Okay, so now Billy and the minions get to take action. No one's where they're at, so they're not able to hit anybody or hurt anybody. Now we're gonna draw a tarot card. Renewable energy. Okay, yeah, that's horrible. So now I can't deactivate any more batteries until I get rid of this. Okay. No one's panicking, and then now it's back to Asami. Okay, we're gonna start with focus. One success, 1 fail, so I'm just gonna take the success. So reduces by 1. I'm gonna do another focus. 1 success, 1 fail, same thing. And now we're going to do a short rest. 1 success, 1 maybe. Let's use close call to reroll 1. Oh, to reroll it, I mean the second one. And still a maybe. Okay, so I only get 1 HP back. And this goes back down by 1. Okay. I have 3 time currency to spend. I'll take search because we're gonna try and find a good weapon over there. Search and a close call. 1, 2, 3. All right, so They get to activate, but there's nobody to kill. Now we're gonna draw the tarot card. Surprise! Looks like the minions. Looks like everybody get to yeah, that's everybody, right? Because it doesn't say, and then down here says Billy only. So everybody gets to move and then kill something or attack something. So so this one's gonna go over here and kill this guy. Terror level goes up. Horror level. This guy's gonna go next door. I'm gonna go down this way and then kill this person. And it's gonna be no effect, thankfully. Billy Jr. is staying with Billy. Cam moves only one space, so moves this way and then kill this person. Wow. Event. Oh, this is bad. Trucks are here. What is this? I hear it's a VRG shipment. Let's get to unloading. Place one victim on each loading dock. If either loading dock is locked, place the affected victims near the lock space out of play. The victim enters play when the space becomes unlocked. Okay, what? Place one new victim on each loading dock. If either loading dock or both is locked. Oh, okay. Okay, they can't deliver a shipment. And everything's still locked. So they're just waiting in the wings. It's interesting. That's interesting. Discard both once both new victims have entered play. Okay. Alright, did everybody move? No. Yes. Okay. Except for Billy. Now Billy gets to move. He moves for 3 and attacks for 3. So 1, 2. Attacks for 3, so here we go. Do I have any HP? Yes, I get to. Okay, so once that happens, the phase ends immediately, right? So the killer phase ends immediately. Let me make sure that that's the case. When someone comes back to life, the current phase immediately ends and play continues to the next phase. So in this case, it is the panic phase. Yeah, so the killer phase, everything just gets skipped. They did that to give you an opportunity to sort out your situation when you get a second win. Um, the funny thing is I have guard. I do have guard. I totally forgot to use it, but that's on me. Um, okay, does anybody panic? Yeah, this person's gonna panic. 6. So now this person's gonna run into this space. It's gonna get killed next turn. Okay, anybody else needs to panic? No. Alright, so Asami's turn. We are going to I don't have any healing. Okay, that's okay. Shit, I don't have any attack cards too. Alright, so what we're gonna do then is we're gonna go into the supply cage and see if we can find anything good over there. Double failure. I'll use close call for 2 to reroll both. Double success now. Okay, so I can move 2 spaces. Doesn't matter. I'm just moving over here. And I lose 1 time slot. Okay, I'm gonna do a search here. 1 maybe, 1 fail. We're just gonna grab that megaphone so that we can get to the next one. Well, 1 maybe. Okay, so it's a double fail. Yeah, so this is gonna move up by 2. Horror level. We're gonna grab the megaphone and then we lose 2 time slot. I can still do another search. Yeah, I think I should do that. Just to see if we can find a better weapon. Something better down there. Okay, 5 and 2. So we'll get the first one here, which is the bolt cutter. Wow, unlock, ignore a is this defensive? Why is it saying ignore a an attack or unlock the space that you're on? We could ignore an attack for that? I don't understand how that works. I guess you can use it to ignore one damage, okay, and you can use it twice. It's not the best weapon, but all right. I don't have any currency. I can only grab the freebies. And then now Billy and his friends get to activate. No one's in that. Well, so Billy Jr. is able to kill this guy over here. Wow. Let's reveal this one, and it is discard next terror card. Okay. Discard this one. And that next tarot card was one of the gates opening, so yeah, that's this game is evil. Okay. Where was I? Oh no, it activates and kills somebody. Okay, and then the rest of them couldn't kill anybody. So now we're gonna draw the next tarot card. Dies in the eyes in the dark. I thought it was like dies in the dark. So everyone's going to. They're all gonna look for the final girl and move twice. Yeah, I'm dead. So just gonna move here. Move twice. So I think this. He moves for one. Okay, so 1, 2. 1, 2. And this. Who is this? This is Roxy. This is Remy. Remy gets to move for 2 spaces. 1, 2, 1, 2. Everyone's there. Equal to the number, and then it says equal to the number of enemies in your space or adjacent spaces. What? Oh, we gain horror level equal to the number of enemies in your space and adjacent spaces. And they could have said enemies too in the panic phase. Any enemy within the space of a victim panic cause the victim to panic. Instead of saying it's killer versus minions, whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 tarot level. 1, 2. It goes up here. 2. Spawn a buddy. Okay, hold on. 3. There's no way. It spawns another. Oh, there. Oh, no. And then the rest is just spawning buddies, but we're out of buddies. This is ridiculous. And then the only adjacent spot is next door. What is this? She is trapped here in this supply cage with Billy the bear, 3 other buddies, plus Billy Jr., and then now 2 more buddies just spawn right outside of the door. Okay, Billy the bear might be the hardest killer in this game. Alright, let's give them their HP. I don't think it even matters at this point. I'm just gonna die. And I am out of HP shit. Okay. This is crazy. Okay, okay, so upkeep, there's nothing to upkeep. Now it is my turn. I do have a walk. So we're going to do a short rest and then we're going to walk. No, let's do focus. Why are these? Oh, this is from first call search. Oh, this is from earlier. I forgot to put them back. Okay. Let's do a search. Let's do focus. 1 success. So this goes down by 1. But time goes down by 1. And we'll do another focus. Maybe a no. Okay. I can't spare any of these cards, so I guess that'll be 2 time slots used up. So we'll do short rest now, see if I can get some HP back. Yes, 1 HP and then 1 time slot. That we used. And then we have to walk away from this space, so we're gonna die during the next activation for them. Yeah, we're gonna die. I have 1 maybe. Okay, what? There's not much. I mean, all I'm doing is just moving 1 space, and there are 2 of them waiting outside. But we're not gonna give up, so I'm just gonna use both of these. Yeah. That means that I can move 1 spot. Hi, baby. And then lose 1 time. You need to go pee pee? Give me a second. Okay, so the only thing I can afford during the preparation phase is 1. Only a close call. That's it. Alright, so now they get to activate. Let me take care of Suki, and then when I come back, the game is just over. Gonna be over. Okay, where was I? Oh, I forgot to specify on the app. Anyway, okay, so I think I remember now. Okay, I got these cards, and then now the they're gonna activate. I don't have anything to protect myself. I don't have any guards or retaliate action cards, so pretty much at the mercy of the damage from the buddies here who are occupying this same space where Asami is. So it is which buddy? We have Ali and Toby, and what kind of damage do they incur here? 2 plus 1, 3 damage. So I'm pretty much dead. Because they activate, and Ali's gonna damage me for 2, and then, well, I can actually use the bolt cutter, so it's not over yet. Because if I use the bolt cutter, it says ignore 1 damage or unlock the space that you're on. So I can use the bolt cutter here once to ignore Ali's. Ali has 2 damage, so actually just incur 1 damage. And then with Toby, I was able to mitigate the whole thing. So, but this item is gone. So I'm actually, I still have 2 more HP to go. I don't know why I'm extending this match though, because it's basically over. And yeah, the rest of them can't move; they just stay there. Oh, I forgot to reveal the finale, because how the finale happens when you reach the top, right? See, I am so tired. Because once you reach the top, the finale happens. Oh no, the finale happens when you're out of tarot cards. Okay, we're still good. Yeah. We're still good. I was just gonna say, because the bloodlust level moves up so fast. It just moves up so fast with Billy the Bear. Okay. So now we're gonna resolve a tarot card. And it's another tralala. Okay, now it's over. Now it is over. So buddies are gonna move towards a final girl or a victim, and then Billy's gonna move towards a victim. So those 2 are gonna attack me again. So this time I don't have anything to protect myself with. So Allie's gonna attack the 2, and Allie's gonna kill me. So that was a fast game, because wow. Billy the Bear is difficult. We might have to try a different map with Billy the Bear. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I don't. It's just the fact that like every single escalation of his bloodlust level could potentially trigger a negative effect. You know, it makes him very, very powerful. Even though that's randomized, sometimes you get the no effect tiles. It's and he kills so fast, and he has so many freaking spawns. It's just insane. I don't think there's a limit to yeah. I don't think there's a limit to how many buddies can appear at one time. So as long as it says spawn a buddy, you spawn a buddy. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then when resolving minion actions or tarot cards, like resolve them in the order of initiate number of lowest to highest. Oh, okay. So that I forgot to do with the buddies. So from lowest to highest, actually. So they do have a an order to them. Okay. Which didn't make any difference here because we're just gonna get we were just getting fucked. They were all there surrounding freaking Asami. Yeah, this wasn't a good match at all for the final girl. We got screwed so badly. If we can reduce the rate of his bloodlust going up, I think that would help out a lot. Yeah, Buddy is pretty formidable. And I thought what's her face was difficult. The Tormentor. Okay. Well, I might change the maps actually. If I choose to still play Final Girl, I'm gonna change the map from. We'll try different maps, see if it makes a difference. I don't think it does. I think this killer is just quite OP. That's all I can say. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell. I truly appreciate it. Happy gaming!